This brochure is honestly very helpful. It gives you a floor plan on where anybody is, who's there, so exhibitors, other people that are there, schedule about all the workshops being held, and other like random facts about the event in general. So I never even took a look at it, but one could take a look at it during the line. I didn't do that. I honestly came with my own. I followed some tips from YouTube, which were very helpful, and I printed out my own knowing that I was traveling from far away, and there was a possibility that I was going to be late. So I was fully aware of who would be there and where, so that right when I walked in I can go straight to work, even though they ended up giving me my own floor plan. And then I also had like the whole schedule printed out from the website. I knew I was going in on a Sunday, so I only printed out the Sunday schedule. But that was very helpful for me, so because of that I didn't even really need their brochure. And honestly, it saved so much time, because while other people were flipping through like, oh, what's going on? What do we have here? Me and my friends, we went straight to work. No questions, no nothing. We already know what we came in for, and we just did it. Saved so much time. It was definitely time effective. Here's a list that I made on Google Drive with just typical things that I would need for the trip. So that was definitely very helpful. I'm going to have the list on the right hand side for you guys to see it. I don't know about you guys, but it took me and my friends about 4 to 5 hours to arrive at IMATS that morning. So, with that being said, we are using our phones, or the phones are running. Our phones are not off, so it is important to keep our phones charged up throughout the day. That way we don't miss any important events. And that's the reason why I have footage to give you guys, because my phone was fully charged. And it's because I had this portable charger. You may not want this bulky one, I don't blame you at all, but I actually love this one despite how big and a little bit heavy it is, because it does have 2 ports that allows you to charge 2 or more devices at the same time, which ends up being very convenient when you want to charge your own phone and somebody else's, which I was doing all throughout the day. At ease, mind you. And it also comes, this particular one comes with a flashlight, so I'm putting it on right now. And if you ever need a flashlight for any reason, like God forbid that you get stuck somewhere while you're in New York, you'll be able to use it. And with that being said about the 2 ports, definitely common courtesy, you don't have to, but common courtesy would be to bring different wires for different people. So I have one for Apple and one for Android. And that's because I actually have 2 devices, one of each. Obviously, I'm not going to go out my way to go buy a cord if I don't need it. But if you do have it, why not? You never know who'll need one. One last point about this particular item, because it's not a review for this item, is that this device charges so quickly. It'll charge all your phone devices so quickly, it's insane. And I'll give you one example. I'll be on the phone with my battery like way under 20%, and it'll make my battery full while I'm on the phone, while it's charging. And I've never or rarely seen this ever happen before, especially with household chargers and car chargers, of course. So that's how you know how much power this thing has, as you can see here. And it can have 2 different devices plugged in. So sometimes it doesn't really hurt, or actually even helps if you do get something that has more power and it's a little bit bigger. It becomes convenient for those long day trips like IMATS. Walk a couple of blocks away from the pier before requesting an Uber or a Lyft when you're leaving. The pier's address is so difficult to access, everyone's Uber or Lyft was having a hard time reaching them. It was at the point that people were pretty much getting into the wrong cars. And that's the last thing you want to do. Get into the wrong car and reach the wrong destination. So it can't hurt, only help you, but to walk a block or 2 ahead of the place. And it also helps if you have like a discount code or some type of way that you can make this ride cheaper for you. A lot of celebrities like Black China, they always promote their coupon codes. I don't know if they work, but I'm going to find out this year. Make sure you check out my other IMATS video on my experience of my first IMATS in New York in 2016, because I do post all the prices that I found for all the items that I got, as well as, these 2 vendors and a few more, so you guys can have an idea of how much money you will be spending in or saving when you arrive. So definitely check that out. Most of these vendors do not provide a receipt, so if you don't care about receipts, don't worry about it. But if you do like receipts, or you want to keep track of how much money you are spending, bring a notepad, maybe something like this or smaller, because mine's kind of wide. but you want to keep track of how much money you are spending, ideally, so that you don't go bankrupt by the time you leave. Bring wipes. Bring whatever kind you like. Obviously, I'm showing this a few of the many kinds that I have. It's so important to bring that because they're going to be doing swatches nonstop. On top of that, you may not be doing them, but some people may be doing it on you. Oftentimes I walk by a table and a vendor will purposely, or like they'll, obviously it's for marketing purposes, they'll grab my hand and swatch something on me even without me asking. And they won't even have anything to wipe it off you. So it's so important to have that. These products are blurred out for a reason, just to point out that it's important to do your research before you come in. Granted, you can't research every vendor and all the products they're selling, but try to get a good feel for some of the products that they are selling and the reviews about them. So with that being said, here's the first product that I wanted to discuss in further detail. I wrote down this product from their website and I never took the time to look up reviews. Granted, I was very busy in grad school and completing my thesis, but I didn't take the time to look up reviews and see how other people found this product. So when I showed up to IMATS and I was like, all right, oh, I know it's on my list to buy it. Then my friend was like, how is it? Does it work? Then it was like a huge light bulb, like, wait, what? I don't even know. I was so busy writing it down and like trying to make this huge list that I didn't even take the time to look that up. So, obviously I tried to look up some videos on YouTube. I found like maybe one or two at that time and it was just too loud in there and I couldn't really hear it. And time was running out, so I was like, you know what? Let me just quickly buy and move on to the next. So try to avoid that situation by doing that research and taking the time to see, does this product really work? Because obviously, who wouldn't want a lipstick sealer? Who wouldn't want one? And I will be having a review on this in further detail in another video, so you guys can truly see, does this work or not? Alright, so another case is going to this other company, Friends. And pretty much when I went there, they have like volunteers or people that work for the company. They are IMATS, but they don't typically work for the company. So they don't really know too much about cosmetics from my understanding of it. Because when I showed up, I wanted benign powder so bad. And the woman didn't even know what color I'd be. Me and my friends would be at all. She was like, oh, I think this, I think that. She was trying to sell me a color that was too dark for me. It was at the point that other people that were near me, they were like, you look like you could be this color, and I ended up buying it, and it was a perfect match for me. And my friend ended up picking out her color on her own. That's another case where you want to do those reviews and try to figure out what shade are you in specific colors and brands, because those people may or may not be able to help you, so be prepared for that. Eat or pack your breakfast. When spending a few hours in line, you don't know when will be the next time you'll be able to eat, so it's very important that you have that first meal of the day. And with that being said, bring lunch or pack food accordingly. Their cafe was limited with food options, as you saw, or will see, coming up, and they also ran out of many things by 1 p.m. So if you're stuck in line for a while and by the time you finally get out of line for your favorite items, they ran out of food, you have a problem. As I mentioned before, bring water. Bring a bottle or two, whichever one will apply to you, whichever amount is convenient for you, because you don't want to be that one person who's in line waiting for so long, dehydrated, and you pass out and pretty much, IMATS is like a chaotic mess. We all know IMATS is a long day and even a longer weekend for those who are going to be there the whole weekend. So it's important that common sense, but bring makeup supplies that'll help your makeup looks last the whole day long. So certain stuff like, of course, having a compact mirror, which is kind of standard. I don't feel like I have to say it, but don't forget to bring yours so that you can make sure that your makeup's intact and things are going well. Another example of many other supplies that you should bring to keep your makeup looking as fresh as can be is these blotting linens. I got these from Sephora for $10 and they're great because they don't compensate your makeup look, so they remove the oil without having to remove your makeup as well. And I love the fact that it has green tea. I'm not going to talk too much about this because other videos do discuss this in great detail, but you want to bring a bag that will be very comfortable for you, because after a few hours of wearing it, it's going to play a toll on your shoulders and your back and your body, So obviously opt for a bag that has a thicker or a wider strap of any kind. It could be a backpack or anything of the like.